Frankly, there's something weird about French Canadian and Australians. Yeah, love of beer, maybe, I don't know.
I was wondering, do you remember what kind of impression the book made on you as a teenager?
The thing is that I was like really, at the time, I didn't know if I would become a filmmaker or a biologist. And there's a lot, Frank Herbert inspired his writing a lot with was it really inspired by the impact of the ecosystem, of the nature on human beings, the way human beings adapt to the environment, and the way they develop technology, the culture, the religion according to the environment, and that all those topics, all those really touched me when I was a kid. Yeah.
Amazing. And now that you've sat with the book for so long, how do you feel about it?
It's a book that is sadly prescient. It's like it became more and more relevant as the years went by about the danger of blending religion and politics, and also the impact of the change of climate change and things like that. It's a book that sadly is becoming more relevant. I will say that the thing that my adaptation is focused on the female power of the book, the Bene Gesserit. There are several factions in the book. It's a book about the triumph of the human spirit. AI has been banned, and it's all different school of thought develop the human spirit. I focused mine on the Bene Gesserit because I thought that it's by far the most fascinating one in the book. Yeah.
I get the sense that you were a filmmaker with like deep reverence for cinematographers. Like you worked with the legendary Roger Deakins for 3 of your English language films, but you worked with the Australian Greig Fraser for this. I wanted to know what it was about his work that you thought would bring The World of Dune to life.
I explained this before, I think, but it's something that I absolutely adore Greig Fraser's work. I was like blown away by his work on Zero Dark 30, how he embraced the natural light, how he has that kind of flexibility. I was looking for someone that will add flexibility, that will feel comfortable in very harsh environments, someone that will... Greig is a tremendous artist, but he's also like a kind of athlete, you know. He's like he has that, and I needed someone that will be willing to push the medium and be willing to work in very difficult conditions. But more importantly, it was really his way of embracing natural light. It moves me deeply. If you look at a movie like Mary Magdalene, for instance. It's the light is pure poetry in that, and very significant. And it's like, for me, Greig became quickly like a brothers in arms. You know, I don't know if I can say that. It's like a brother to me. It's like really someone that I feel that I can be absolutely myself. He can deal with my neurosis. And I think that, frankly, there's something weird about French Canadian and Australians. There's a very mutual, easy bond that I found with artists or actors from Australia. I don't know what it is.
Obviously, you have these acting greats, like you have Charlotte Rampling and Stellan Skarsgård, but you have just got the best eye for this new generation of talent. Like, I feel like almost everyone is in this film. So what is it about these young actors?
Frankly, I did the casting thinking about the characters and really focusing on the needs of the characters, and they are like characters bigger than life, you know, like a character like Fedorota or Princess Irulan. They need to have tremendous charisma, and I went I've met with very few actors, actresses, and these are the ones. When I sat in front of Florence Pugh the first time, after 35 seconds, I said, "But she's Princess Irulan. She has all the qualities, all the drive, the strength, the inner strength, the charisma. There was something about her that I spontaneously felt she was." Now, when I choose the actors for what they brought to the characters. Now, when it's true, when you put them together, it's like the Fab Four. It recreates but it was not. I didn't do that for marketing. I did this because I wanted to work with these people, and I'm a lucky one to have the chance to work with them. Yeah.
What is your storyboarding process for this?
It's fundamental. It's super important. It's like one of the fundamental moment of the film process for me, because it's like it's a new way of writing. I co-wrote the screenplay with John Spate. John and I came with the words, and then I take the screenplay and it's like a way to reapproach the reality of the screenplay and to create the most of the costumes. A lot of props are created in that process, and of course all the cinematic language of the movie, and it's a way to dream without any time pressure, to just do it's like it's just the perfect moment where it's the last step of where the dreams can still exist, and there's something. I work with a very specific artist that is like an extension of my brain. Sam and I are working for many years, and it touched me because I came to cinema through drawing when I was a teenager. We didn't have any camera, and me and my best friend were drawing storyboards together about the movie we would like to make, and not having cameras, it was more drawings. So the idea of trying to express yourself, to develop the cinematic language, really came from being with a friend and sharing ideas and seeing them coming to life on the paper, and accepting that I'm very bad at drawing, so I need someone else. It's part of my very fundamental moment in the process. Yeah, storyboarding.
So the book was the Bible. That was all you were. It was
yes.
There's no external influences, I guess, is what I was trying to.
I understand your point, but I will say we always reference the book. Yes, the book was like, and I tried as much as possible to ask my artists to not go to the internet to inspire themselves, but try to having images coming out of the subconscious. Yeah, I tried as much as possible. Yeah.
What was the greatest joy about making this film, and what was the greatest challenge?
The greatest challenge is difficult because there were so many. Each day had its own. I will say that the greatest joy. There's two big things. First, what fueled me, gave me fuel through the whole experience, was really to being constantly inspired by my actors. They brought me so much energy that I'm grateful. I would have never been able to make this movie without them. And one thing that is very particular to this project that I never experienced before was to have a partner that was working with me, helping me to make much more. There were sequences in this movie that required a lot of R&D, a lot of work, a lot of side work, a lot of and I had like a second unit director that was absolutely in sync with me, and that was doing a tremendous, fantastic work for me. And we were working very closely together, and it happened to be my wife. And that, for me, to make cinema with the person I love was probably one of the most beautiful things that happened to me since a long time. Yeah.
That is so beautiful.